today I'm going to break down how you can buy something like this right behind me.
The way that these buildings qualify is on basically three things. You have energy efficiency, you have accessibility, and you have affordability.
You have a little hill view there. Let's do another fourplex.
This particular one would go around $3 million, and you can buy something like this for $150,000 down payment. Now this kind of design where you have a separate entrance for the basement from the ground floor. So we want to make sure the building has 8 separate units so you can charge all individual units separately. Yourself as an investor, you got to have 25% minimum net worth to be able to qualify for this program.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Halfloss here with another video. So today I'm going to break down how you can buy something like this right behind me. It's a fourplex with 4 basement suites. So wait until the very end of the video where I break down all the numbers for you. Now this one and this one can also be bought with just 5% down payment, and you get a 50-year amortized mortgage under the federally backed program, which is a CMHC MLI Select. But before that, let's check out this construction site. Is also another fourplex with 4 basement suite in the community of Bowness, where a lot of construction are happening. You have a little hill view there. There's another fourplex. There's another new build going on there. There's another one right there as well. There's so much going on this side. It's the northwest side of the city of Calgary. Now let's go inside and take a look. Right before we go inside, you guys, you see for all that 4 and 4 right there, those are for gas meters. So we're going to have 8 gas meters. And this thing right here is just an extra stormwater tank, which is a requirement by the city of Calgary. You don't see that in Edmonton most part, but here in Calgary you see. The another thing about any new build here in Calgary is that for any of these 4 units, so this is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, so total 8, right? So every 4 units has to have a concrete fire separation wall, and that one right there is a concrete wall. We'll go inside and I'll show it to you in a bit as well. So this is a sunken patio style, so basement is sort of like a walkout, and you can have like a small patio setting here, and then 2-story up. Now this kind of design where you have a separate entrance for the basement from the ground floor, rather than through the main entrance and then splitting down to the basement, I really like it because they have their own private space, especially if tenants are renting and if they want to take a smoke break or something, especially when it gets super cold here, they can step out. It's kind of like a balcony, so we call it a sunken patio. They can set it up in a way that it's a sort of like an outdoor amenity living area for the basement because it's tiny. Now let's go inside. So in here, you guys, now the framing is done, electrical is done, plumbing is done. So this thing probably is another 3 to 4 months out for finishing stage. And this is the concrete wall I was saying, right? So this acts as a sound insulation for the other unit, and also as a fire insulation in case if there's a fire in the unit. And on the main floor, this is how much space you would have. Over where you're standing is going to be the living. Right in the middle, you have the dining, and then kitchen just goes in the back. So the mechanical room for this one is separately accessible through the stairs, which just goes down. So over here, you just go down. It's just one mechanical room up there. And on the main floor, you guys, we have 3 bedrooms. So this would be the landing area, which is decent size. And then you have the 2 bedrooms, 1 washroom here. And then this would be the master bedroom with a full-on walk-in closet and the master ensuite. Here we squeeze into the next room. Very similar design all throughout. And then so this unit comes with all sprinkler system. You can see these are all sprinkler system. It adds quite a bit into the cost, but it's one of the very good safety features you can have, especially for these rental units. And you can even charge a premium rent for it. All right, guys, now let's get into these numbers. So this particular one, how can you actually buy it for 5% down payment? And what is the whole CMHC MLI Select program? So this particular one, you gotta make sure the whole CMHC MLI Select, which is government funded program, is to bring in more affordable units, rental units into the market. So in Alberta, a lot, especially in Calgary and Edmonton, every single builder on these corner lots, they're building these multi-units. And the way that these buildings qualify is on basically 3 things. You have energy efficiency, you have accessibility, and you have affordability. So energy efficiency means using more insulation in the property, using low flow faucets, low flow toilets, things like that to save water. And then accessibility means just having wider doors, 36-foot wide doors, lower countertops, just making sure the property is more accessible for challenged people, right?
And then the other one is affordability. Now, a specific thing like this, if you cap 25% of the unit under the affordability rent cap, where CMHC tells you the number on how much you can charge in terms of rent, and here in Calgary or in Alberta, sorry, in Calgary, $1,738. So what people do here is they cap 2 of the units for these fourplexes with suites, so 8 units in total. 2 of them would be capped for rent, and you automatically get the qualification to get a point system, which is up to 100 points, which would then qualify to get a 50-year amortized mortgage and a 95% loan to value. The debt coverage ratio has to be 1.1 or more. So this particular one would go around $3 million, and you can buy something like this for $150,000 down payment. Now, that's just the down payment. Now, there's more cost involved specifically for this program, because there's the insurance premium, the CMHC premium, there's closing costs, which is higher because you have a lender fee and then you have a broker fee. All this together would add to another 2% or so. A lot of people don't talk about it. And there's always changes happening within the CMHC. So in the last few weeks or few months, the new rule that CMHC came out was for something like this, where it has like 4 units up and 4 in the basement, it's all self-contained, including the basement suite. They wanted to make sure that all the units have their own separate meters. So these 8 different meters was not a big thing before, but now CMHC is pushing for it. So we want to make sure the building has 8 separate units, so you can charge all individual units separately. And people ask, it has to be minimum 5 units or more. Yes, because the basement is also considered as a self-contained unit, so it will count towards that, okay? Another thing that you want to make sure when you're buying these new builds, when the CMHC, if you're going with the CMHC MLI Select route, you got to make sure this property is in the construction phase. So once you put in an application, let's say you go to builder, you put in an offer, and then once you get into the application, it takes about 3 months for the CMHC to give you a COI, which is a certificate of insurance. They look for your net worth. So basically, yourself as an investor, you got to have 25% minimum net worth to be able to qualify for this program, okay? Not just the property, but personally, right? Now, once you have that net worth, you show that you're going with the affordability index, you cap 25% unit, and everything checks out. It takes about 3 months. So a few things what you got to do as soon as you put in the offer is an appraisal for the property and an environmental site assessment, which is the ESA. Once you do all of that and you put in the application, it takes about 3 months, as I said. Once you have the COI, it takes about a month or 2 months for the lender to actually fund the project. Now, the COI is only valid for 6 months. So if you're buying something like this, which is in this current stage, let's say the possession is like 4 to 5 months out right now, which is perfect because you can have that COI within the 3 months, and you still have a 6-month window where the COI is valid. During that time, you have to take possession of the property. This works perfect. Now, if you go on the other hand, if you go on something which is already built, a lot of builders wouldn't want to wait until like 4 or 5 months if the property is already built. So they would want to see like a quicker possession. So it wouldn't work that well. So there's a few things when it comes to buying these new builds within the CMHC MLI Select program. This program also works for older buildings, which is more than 5 units. But then just with the affordability, you have to cap about 80% of the unit to get 100 points. But brand new, you only have to cap 25%. Now, by the time you take possession of this property, it will look like this. Now, if you guys want to know more about how you can get into this whole CMHC MLI Select, or if you guys are looking in the market to buy a land and build it, or buy something which is already getting built, or if you're looking in the market for more of these projects here in Calgary and Edmonton, I can help you guys connect with the right commercial agents. I'm a residential realtor based here in Calgary. I can connect you with the right mortgage brokers who can look into your profile and sort of pre-qualify you for the whole CMHC project. And if you have any other further questions, feel free to reach out, and make sure to subscribe and share this with someone who found some value in this property or on the specific video. I'll be making a lot of these for you guys, and then we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.